Shalom, Israel. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. And the broadcast looks a little bit finicky on my end. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the 1 in the chat if you can hear and see me. It looks like we having a little bit of some connectivity issues, but we're going to push through it nonetheless. Captain Obvious over here. You know, over here on this platform, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm going to be direct with you. I ain't going to lie. Zaza Wade. Apparently, over the pagan festival day known as Easter, while family was gathering in the Wade family, Zaza Wade had a boyfriend, girlfriend situation going on. A real gender bender, if you will, was taking place. And you know, I watched a whole lot of platforms cover this particular story, but they did not point out the obvious. Gabriel and Dewayne, groomers. Groomers. But wait. I'm gonna tell you why I say this. I'm gonna give you the logic and the evidence presented. Now, for those who don't know, Dewayne Wade's child has a girl/boy friend. Let's make this clear. The individual that Dewayne Wade's child, Zaza, was showing public affection with was a quote-unquote transgender boy, meaning that was a female that Dewayne Wade's child was dealing with. It was a female that in their mind and their emotions and their feelings, they somehow believe that they are a boy. So, technically speaking, y'all hearing this? So technically speaking, Dewayne Wade's child Zaza is dealing with the opposite sex. Yeah, I know. We have a real conundrum here. A real kerfuffle, if you will. So let me get this right. Dewayne Wade's child Zaza may very well like the peach. Yeah, he may very well like the peach, which means he had to be groomed to be raised up to somehow believe that he is, in fact, a female. He had to be groomed. See, off in Hollywood, there's a lot of things that take place. A lot of these children are sacrificial lambs. So the parents can retain the notoriety and success that they work so diligently for. See, Satan always requires some type of sacrifice. Always. And without that sacrifice, their fame dwindles to no avail. They're no longer relevant. They lose it all. It ain't like serving the Most High God when the Most High builds you on a strong foundation of rock. When you're able to thrive and succeed and do what it is you do. No. See, that devil in their industry is always going to require something. And it just so happened that a lot of these so-called families, they operate on nepotism. They have to deal with those in their bloodline. They have to practice incest, things of that nature. They have to court and groom innocent children. So, yeah. Somebody said, I pray for everybody during these times. Absolutely. And everybody joining us, make sure you hit it with a thumbs up. Make sure you hit it with a thumbs up. It's some real strange times we living in where we see a child that's utterly confused. Utterly confused. And it would only be natural that that child would gravitate towards other children like him, right? That child would only gravitate towards other children that was raised the same sort of way. So what you have in these circles is these Hollywood stars raising their children to be the opposite sex. So therefore, that doesn't really stake claim to their sexuality. But their pressure being put on these children. And all this is alleged. But anybody with common sense and 2 eyes to see, we see what's going on. We can see what's going on. It would only be natural that Dwayne Wade's child would gravitate towards other children that was raised the same way, being courted and groomed to do certain things in the public. So basically, they got this young man walking around dressed as a young woman, and it's like I said before, there's no such thing as a transgender. They do not have the capabilities to change one's gender. They have no capabilities of doing that. You cannot turn one person's gender into the next. You can chop, you can screw, you can deform, you can mutilate, you can do a whole lot of things, but you cannot change one's gender. Somebody said, praise God with the knowledge God our Father has given to you, share with the wisdom. Absolutely. And you know, this is just common knowledge. This is just common knowledge. This is logic. The Most High God made male and female, man and woman. There's no such thing as a cisgender. There's no such thing as any of that. It is what it is. That's just basic biology for you, basic science for you. So here we have it. A public display of affection from a 14-year-old. Now, a lot of people had a lot to say about the fact that these are children. And I also share the same sentiments. But we're missing the underlying basis here. At 14 years old, 15 years old, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of us, let's be real, we were having sex. We were doing it. We were doing the do. We were losing our virginity. We was out here, some of us even earlier than that. Some of us was 12, 11 years old playing house. Let's be real about the situation. Now, they put it out there on display for a reason. Anything that's pushed on mainstream media has an agenda. What we're missing is the fact that this young male is dealing with a young female, but they're both basically cross-dressing. Who put the bug in their mind that they should be dressed as the opposite sex? Who put that in their mind if they are still gravitating towards the opposite sex? Is Dwayne Wade's son even a homosexual? Let that marinate on you. Or is the agenda to sexualize children and also label them with a sexuality before they can even conceive what their sexuality is? Very strange situation. Somebody said doctrines of devils is what these celebrities promote, saying it's their right. That's a fact. Child services need to be rushed in on all of these Hollywood stars. Your Angelina Jolie's, who get these little children from Africa, and 2-3 years later you see them in a dress. 2-3 years after that, you don't see them at all. Oh, we paying attention to what's going on in Hollywood. How the hell you see these children one year, the next year they're gone? You don't see them at all. Where are these children? Where are all of these children that Angelina Jolie adopted? Where are they? What's going on here? See, these people are fighting to remain relevant. So what they're doing is they're using their children to get the limelight. And you know what? Gabriel Union and Dewayne Wade, they should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. Ashamed. Somebody said, have you seen that actress that adopted African boys and dressed them as girls? Yeah, that's Angelina Jolie. And I'm pretty sure it's many more. I'm pretty sure it's many more that's done it. If y'all know more, you can list them in the chat. But I remember Angelina Jolie, she adopted a whole lot of African boys, put them in dresses, tried to raise them as girls, and these young men disappeared. You don't even see nothing about her adopted children anymore. Yep, Sandra Bullock too. Charlize Theron. Yep, real talk. Double D Animations, thank you for the contribution, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, Charlize. I'm telling you, man. So let's get this right. What they're trying to do right now is sexualize children, number one. Number two, they want to give a child a sexual preference before they even come up with it, because technically speaking, Dewayne Wade's child, technically speaking, more than likely enjoys vagina. More than likely enjoys a woman. But that child is going to gravitate towards children that's like him. Children that was raised to dress like the opposite sex. Children that were essentially groomed. So they can have a warped perception on what love is. Like, do you know how disturbing that is, what they're doing to these children? Identity, giving these children an identity crisis. And here's the kicker. Us melanated people gotta be the face of it. The so-called minority, the so-called smallest demographic of people in the here United States of America have to be the face of it. In a land in which not many people even identify with being a part of that demographic of people. Y'all don't find that suspicious? From the words of Umar, y'all don't find that suspicious? And they use this puppet, this shell of a man, Dewayne Wade. This just sick individual, Dewayne Wade. They used a melanated man to push the agenda. Now, why you think they did that, ladies and gentlemen? I tell you why. They did that because us melanated men, we are the ones who are least acceptant of that lifestyle. No matter how you slice it, as a whole, our men are actually least acceptant. We have the less approval rate of that lifestyle. So Dewayne Wade say, okay, I'll be the one that you use. You can use my child. I just want earthly riches. What kind of man sell their own son out? Same ritual Will Smith did. Yeah, we seen Will Smith crawling all on casting couches, kissing his son in the mouth on TV shows and sitcoms, got his son on Ellen DeGeneres trying to hide behind the couch while you chasing him and grabbing him. Yeah, we seen all of that. Raising your son to be a young woman, have him cross-dressing, and raising your daughter to be masculine. Yep, somebody said kids at 2 years old should never have a phone to play with ever in any world. Real talk. Tom Brady's son, same thing. What kind of man is sitting there getting a body massage? Yeah, Tom Brady, we gonna call you out too. See, we got equal smoke for all you Hollywood weirdos. Tom Brady getting a back massage, kissing his son in the mouth. When is the feds gonna run down on Hollywood? When is the feds gonna actually take some of what they seeing on media, on mainstream media, and make something shake? When they go clean the swamp out? Somebody said never. That's Hollywood we talking about. Real talk. Yeah, somebody said many of the feds are in on it. Real talk. And here you have Walt Disney on a public forum. Actually, it was made public. It got leaked. Disney got leaked for talking about how they want to groom your children into alternative lifestyles. Now in schools, they got kindergarten teachers teaching your children. This is what they teaching your kids. In kindergarten school, right? In kindergarten, in schools, public schools, they teaching your children that doctors make mistakes on gender. That's what they teaching them. That when you're born, the doctor can have it wrong. That deep down you may be a girl in your feelings, in your emotions. You may be born with a nut sack, some testicles, and a penis, but no, the doctor can have it wrong, and you could have been a girl the whole time. That's what they teaching them in kindergarten. Handing out textbooks with mommy and daddy and daddy. And Dewayne Wade said, look, sign me up. I will be the figurehead for all of this. I will be a man who came from the NBA, a warrior, a gladiator, who played in the Roman Colosseums, played alongside with some of the greats, and I will sacrifice my son. Yeah, and then 2 more letters got added to the damn alphabet. I'm losing track. LBGT, what is it, QRA? What I mean, ABCD. And listen, one's lifestyle is one's lifestyle. Let's put this out here, because I know that I could be treading the fences here. They don't want to hear what biblical men got to say, but let me put this out here. One's lifestyle is one's lifestyle. I don't have no control over that. I don't hate anybody. I don't care what you do as an adult, as long as children aren't getting harmed. Whatever you do as an adult, God is going to judge you for that. The Most High is going to deal with you. I can tell you what my Bible says about it. I can tell you that my Bible says it's an abomination and that you should repent from that sin and turn from thy wicked ways and live a lifestyle that seeks of repentance. And that's what my Bible say. That's what I believe in. I believe a man and a woman should come together and make babies. I'm a pro-life advocate. But I can tell you this now. Where do we draw the line when children are involved? Should children continue to be sexualized? Why is nobody outraged about that fact? I've seen a lot of platforms covering it, but I see a lot of platforms not pointing out the fact that, Gabriel and Dewayne seem to be groomers. Because if this young man wants the opposite sex, wants to deal with the opposite sex physically, even though it's dressed up as a quote unquote boy or a transgender or whatever you want to call it, then that should tell you something right there. So who the hell goes through the whole rigmarole as dressing up as a woman, betraying himself as a woman, being feminine, but still all want the opposite sex? See, let me tell you something. Let me tell you father something. When you are raising a son or a daughter, There's going to be a situation that comes where you got to nip it in the bud while they're young. You got to nip it in the bud while they're young. I think Kevin Hart spoke about this. That if he sees something that come out of his son that ain't meant to be there, that's when you as a father have to put your foot down, nip it in the bud, correct that. If your son come walking around you and he acting a little weird and he like, hey daddy, what's going on? And he got a little switch, a little twist to his walk, you as a father gotta nip it in the bud. Before it becomes a problem, before it becomes an issue, nip it in the bud. If your daughter all of a sudden want to play for the damn, she want to play for the Washington Mystics, and she's looking at, you catch her looking at magazines of some strong looking women and they looking a little too hard, nip it in the bud while they're young. Or if they want to dress a certain way, they want to wear, your daughter want to wear the fitted caps and the baggy jeans, nip it in the bud. I'll leave it at that. But what these people in Hollywood doing is, they're promoting that behavior. They're promoting bad behavior. Yeah, they trying to come at the next generation. They coming at the next generation's neck. Yo, if she looking at sexual magazines of females, it's a red flag. Exactly. Somebody said exactly how I feel. I'm not a father yet, shaking my head. Exactly though. That's all it really is to it. Because you got to understand, children have impressionable minds. They may see a teacher, somebody on TV, who may be displaying certain behavior. They may see somebody that they look up to on a cartoon that is highly flamboyant. And they may mimic the behavior, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're sexually confused. They are mimicking behavior because children are like sponges. You as parents, your job is to make sure that those influences don't confuse them. Especially within this public school system. If you got a teacher that's a little bit flamboyant, ruling over your kids, teaching your kids, it's only natural that child is going to look up to that teacher. But you got to let your children know, hey, that ain't how boys do. Boys don't, well, my teacher does this, my teacher does that. Well, listen, your teacher's confused. Your teacher's confused. And that's why you got to pull them out of them schools, man. Straight up. Somebody said, my oldest daughter started dressing her brother in dresses and heels and doing his nails, etc. I stopped that right away. She ain't did that again ever since. Right. Yeah, you definitely got to watch out for that. Little girls, they just playing around. They not looking at it as they're trying to emasculate them or anything. They just children. They see things. Maybe she want to be a makeup artist. But at the end of the day, you got to set boundaries for your children. Gabriel Union and Dewayne Wade failed to set any boundaries. Matter of fact, they more so promote it. Because what young boy, what male child is born named Zaya or Zaza? Who names a boy child Zaya or Zaya or Zaza, whatever you name that thing, that young man, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not hip to all of the slogans and sayings, but I be damned if I be like every other social media personality and call that a daughter. I'm not doing it. Sorry, I'm not bowing down. Nope. I'm not calling that individual nobody's daughter. I'm not doing it. Yeah, they had to encourage it, because if Zaza is attracted to an actual female dressed as a boy, then that would show you that person's sexuality. You know what? Zaza gonna be getting it in with a woman. And I want you to picture this. A couple years back, they were talking about castrating this young man, castrating him. They are literally trying to gouge the masculinity out of him, gouge the manhood out of this young brother growing up. They put it on the table of actually putting them through the operation. While he was prepudescent. That's what great lengths they going through. When we talking about grooming on another level. They were talking about castrating them. And now look, a couple years later, he gonna be going inside some walls. Let's just leave it at that. More than likely, he gonna be getting some walls. Sweet walls. Ain't that something? Now, what if he get that other individual pregnant? Let's wrap our mind around this. Just to show you the confusion of this. You can't make this stuff up, yo. It's smoky out here. They grilling something. Look like they setting a bonfire over here. Hopefully y'all can still see me. It's a little smoky over here on this side. Bo Roo, thank you for the $20 contribution. Says, hey, t-shirt new. Are you working? You be putting in work. That tune in my top 10 forever. God bless. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, Lil Boosie, shout out to Lil Boosie because he called it out. He was like, now, man. Boosie was like, now, man. No, man, don't cut his thing off, man. No, man. Yeah, I don't even know if he wants some coochie or not, man. No, man. Now look. Now look. Now imagine if they did that to that young man. Imagine. Just imagine. He would have been thinking about how the inside of a woman feel, but wouldn't have had no member down there. That is what you call torture. That's torturous. We don't see the abuse in that. And see, they had to put it on the table. They had to introduce that idea to the public. Imagine this, 10 years from now, they want to normalize being able to castrate a child right in the public's face. It don't get no more wicked than that. 10 years from now, they want to be able to castrate these children. And the public not even blink an eye on it. Chop, screw, mutilate, cut a child's member off. Yeah, that's how demonic this system is. Somebody said they probably did it to that poor young man on the low, and that's a possibility. But we got to say alleged on that. Yeah, somebody said apologize for what? Stand for something or fall for anything. Exactly. I don't have no apologies for what I'm saying. I'm unapologetic because I'm thinking about the youth. I'm thinking about these children coming up. Do anybody care about the children? Do anybody care about the children? Sister Courtney said, not my boys. Right. Yeah, they promoting it real hard. And you know, they were rewarded for it. Oh, Dewayne Wade and Gabriel Union, they was awarded. This show you how Satan's kingdom works. Oh, he was rewarded. They had a big reward. They met up with Michelle Obama. You know, yeah, they was up there with Michelle Obama. Yeah. Zaza talking about how Michelle Obama is his idol. White House invites. Invited to certain events. I'm pretty sure when they checked that bank account, it was looking right. Oh my, imagine what the Most High gonna do. Listen, the Bible says, if you harm one of my children, it is better that you have a great millstone wrapped around your neck and cast to the bottom of the sea. That's what them scriptures say. If you harm one of my children, it's better that you get cast to the bottom of the sea. It's better that you die 1,000 damn deaths. Gabriel Union and Dewayne Wade are sick. And this goes to show you, listen, and I'm seeing the whole simp syndrome, the same thing that Will Smith got going on with Dewayne Wade. These witches be having a hold on these men. They be having a hold on these men where these women will be raising these young boys to be women, and you brothers out there, because you so in love, you sit there and watch her do it. You sit up there and watch this woman raise your son as a little girl. There's a lot of men out there that allow that to happen. And it be you masculine men on the outside. Talking about you athletes. Damn athletes. Allowing these women to rule over like that. Some of you brothers should be ashamed of yourself. One of the most cardinal sins in the world is letting a woman rule over you. Ruling over your whole household. That's why you got DJ Envy looking like a puppet on TV. How you make all this money on a nationally syndicated radio station, and your woman can get on TV and embarrass and gouge you and do whatever to you. And then you got Tajina Arnold coming out saying, how could we stop emasculating? How can we stop emasculating our men? You know how we can stop doing it? Get rid of the witches. And then when brothers of truth speak on these witches and these demons and these Jezebels and these harlots that are all about destruction and death and chaos and destroying the men as they're growing, raising young monsters and demons and savages, when men start holding them accountable, holding those women accountable, don't say anything. Unless you're going to put these women in their places, well, don't say nothing. That's how you stop emasculating our men. Every time a powerful, strong man starts speaking out against the nonsense, keep your damn mouth closed. That'll help. That'll be a great start. That'll be a fantastic start. When you see men start holding other men accountable and holding these 2/3 women accountable who are raising these young monsters and demons and sellouts and switch hitters and undercovers, them women that's raising them, when you start seeing men actually correct those women on how they're raising them, keep your damn mouth closed or help us correct them. That'll be a great start, because it starts with the youth. It starts with these children being raised up as young women, being emasculated by their mothers. You know how many mothers I hear calling their little sons B words? Stop crying like a little punk. What you think that do to that child? Talking to your son like he a piece of garbage. What you think that do to your child? Seeing a woman out the other day, I almost wanted to spit in that woman's face because it disturbs me. Woman the other day, her son was like in one of the grocery aisles, and she like, bring your punk ass on here. Bring your ass over here. You where that you was at, blah, 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 blah. You know, what you think that do to these young men? You kill them. You kill them from the inside out. You destroy their drive. You destroy their masculinity. That Bible says menstruous women will give birth to monsters. Y'all gonna give birth to reprobates and confused children. And then you got these trifling women that's looking at their sons as they man. That ain't your husband, lady. That's your son. Want to keep him underneath you all the damn time. Want to isolate him from his uncles and fathers and male role models. And keep him underneath you all the time and wonder why your son is walking with his head down. Why your son is soft-spoken. Why your son is effeminate. You did it to him. You open your legs to a no-good dude. Then you got inseminated by that demonic seed, and now you're raising them and grooming them to be demonic. And then every now and then you got an anomaly that break free from all of it. And that's only through the Most High's grace. Yeah, some people gonna be mad. Well, why are you talking about the lady? Who you think raising them? Ain't no grown ass man gonna raise no Zaza. Ain't no grown man gonna raise no Zaza. No, that took a woman's touch. I can tell you that much now. That took a woman's touch. And it took a docile, MK Ultra, lost man to allow that to happen. Ain't no way. Jessica Freeman, thank you for the $20 contribution. Everybody hit the like button. Stop playing, man. Hit that like button. Somebody said, nah, I gotta battle those type of battles daily. He's speaking the real. Wow. See, you know, it's a lot of young men who grow up and they resent their mothers because these days, these mothers don't know what the hell they doing. And they end up resenting their mothers because A, that mother talked down on them to the point where it created a savage and a demon. It created a Negro who ain't rocking. It created a Negro who became a womanizer, a Negro who became a whoremonger, a Negro who just don't care about women whatsoever unless it's about catching a body, right? Or it emasculated them men so much to the point where they playing on the other side. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. And these women don't want to take any accountability for the men that they lay up with. All these baby daddies can't be bad. Some of you women got 3 and 4 baby daddies, 2 baby daddies, and both of them baby daddies supposed to be the enemy. Nah, that ain't making no damn sense. Sound like to me like you ain't choosing them right. Unless you got R word by those men, sound like to me you ain't choosing them right. The grooming is real in Hollywood. The grooming is very real in Hollywood. You got all of these Disney stars falling into the same scenarios and traps. So many whistleblowers that came out. Somebody said, so that explains why I can't communicate with my significant other. I'm not sure what explains it. But hey, you be aware of these women who want to raise young men to be young women because they out here. There's a demonic spirit in them. That's a Jezebel spirit where they hate masculinity. There's women who hate masculinity. They don't want these boys to lift our voice like a trumpet. And then in other news, you got Mike Tyson. Yeah, we got to talk about Iron Mike for a minute. In other news, Mike Tyson, he came with a very interesting theory. He was over there on a Joe Rogan show. He looked like he was high off a couple doobies. Man was splifted, shifted, higher than the ceiling. But he said some real stuff, though. He spoke some real truth. What Mike Tyson said was that he believes, and this is his theory, he believes that the rich are hunting the poor for sport. Now, these are some of the sentiments that I've been talking about for a number of years. When the first Purge movie came out, I did a video, had 170,000 views. It got removed. It got removed from this platform. And I was talking about the very same thing, how the rich are hunting for the poor. Now, a lot of people didn't take it serious. Coming from Mike, because Mike was out here splifted, shifted, higher than the ceiling. But on some real talk, under the blanket of harm reduction grant, under the blanket of philanthropy work, you know, therapy, clinics, centers, rehabilitation centers. Yeah. FEMA, better believe that there's a lot going on behind closed doors where a lot of the poor are missing. Children included. They look for people who don't have identification, people who don't have family members, people where they can't trace their close to kin and their relatives. That's the real deal. So when Mike Tyson said that, I said, ooh, he just really said something that a lot of the elite in those circles aren't supposed to say. Days after that, he gets into an altercation on an airplane where he was clearly being gaslighted. We got to pray for Mike Tyson, because I think Mike Tyson, he's in the midst with some brothers who know who they are. Yeah, Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, he know that he is real, from what I've heard through the grapevine. And there's a lot of other people that know what's going on. But what I heard through the grapevine is he know what's going on, and that he's starting to say certain things. He's starting to say certain things. And here's the situation here. They purposely gaslighted Mike Tyson, and what he do? He laid some hands on dude. Rightfully so. He put the beats on Cuz on that daggone plane, and he should have. If you heard what he was saying, he was talking about they should have never gave you N-words money, all of that stuff. The dude was straight up gaslighting them. Agents are real. Stop believing in coincidences. When these celebrities say certain things and then there's an action immediately after, it's all connected. It's all connected. So they send these agents among people when they say certain things. Even on a low level that I'm on YouTube, when I say certain things, agents come up. Certain things happen in my life. Certain situations arrive. Because they always watching. They're always watching. Yeah, somebody said, wow, bro, confirming what I've been saying for years. Absolutely. Mike Tyson ain't lie about what he said, but we didn't take it serious because he was high. We didn't take it serious, but that's not a theory. You know how many videos I've had removed talking about how the homeless are being targeted? How these people are being snatched off the streets? It was such a time where you cannot say that on social media. You cannot say that on these platforms. So for Mike to come out and say that, that's the real deal. That's what they doing. The harm reduction grant that Biden got passed, where he instituted injection sites, just like damn the Carter or Nino Brown. He got injection sites like the Carter or Nino Brown. A lot of people gonna go in, a lot of people not gonna come out. And yes, we need to get them likes up to 1,000. Yep, somebody said he may have sold out, but anyone can turn from their ways. But yeah, you know, and that's the thing, man. Pretty soon I'm gonna put together a panel. I want to put together a panel for a lot of people who used to be in the industry. Because I got a circle of people who used to be in the industry, and I want them to really tell y'all firsthand how Hollywood is. Now, certain things I already know because I speak to these individuals. And I could tell you right now, there are doorways that you can go through. There are different avenues you can take. It works like this. Hollywood is like high school. Hollywood is like high school. It's like you can be in certain cliques, certain groups, and that dictates your level of success. Just like college, certain groups, certain fraternal orders, certain cliques that you link up with, that will determine what level of success you go. But there are sacrifices that must be made, and these sacrifices must be continued to be made. It's not like a one-stop shop. It's not like you do something and you got fame and success forever. No, a lot of these times, these people end up broken. These people end up lost. These people end up soulless, hurt, and broke. No money. These people end up broke. I'm telling you right now, unless they continue to feed the beast, and the beast is hungry, starving. The beast rules off fear. The beast rules off shame. The beast keeps honey pots and pictures and photos on these people. That you ever break the oath, they got some dirt on you. All of them in the industry got some dirt on them, including Mike Tyson. Including Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson got dirt on him too. All of them are doing unseemly acts. Every last one of them. Unless you got out before you had to do it. Before you had to take that road. And every now and then, you have people who make it to certain places surely based on their talent. But a lot of the times, it's nepotism. A lot of the times it's being related to certain people. And then you get wild cards who acquire fame because it's the God in them. They acquire fame because of their spirit, their souls. Y'all got to understand, the prophets of the Bible were famous. They were famous. Teachers of the Bible were famous. Godly men always been famous. So there's an essence on these men. When it comes down to it, the Most High God, he has a certain spirit that he pours down on his people. So you have some of those individuals that made it to Hollywood based on their God-given glow. They have a God-given glow. Hollywood, they're not stupid. They would rather capitalize off of your essence. They capitalize off who you are. The key is getting out before it's too late. The key is getting out before it's too late. Somebody said, Lafayette, thank you, says they need to pray to Yah. I am praying for Mike. Yeah, absolutely. And we got to keep Mike in our prayers because Mike know what's going on. He got in another altercation at a comedy show not too long ago. And so there's a lot going on. He's being gaslighted. Gang stalking is very real and it's very prevalent when you have some type of influence and notoriety. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of Hollywood entertainers going through it. Somebody said they feed off your attention and energy. That's a fact. Yeah, that's what they need. You know, they need us to stay afloat. Somebody said, what does Zaza mean? Zaza means, what is that? Marijuana or a snake? What man names they what? Listen, who names their son Zaza? Unless they have planned while he was in the womb to groom. Unless they planned to groom while he was in the womb. Which goes to show you that the MK Ultra in the psychology is very real. When you can make a young man think he's a young woman. You are who you raised around. If you take a young man right now, raise him with two daddies. Raise him with two daddies. 9 times out of 10, that boy is going to grow up, either be bi-curious or homosexual, or just all out, downright flamboyant, effeminate. Something is going to happen raising that child in that environment. Why the world can't see that? That these children are innocent? That they're only going to go along with nature unless there's some type of psychological intrusion on them? Somebody said, you're going to be growing up on a sword fight all the time. Yeah, imagine you walking in on your two damn daddies. Two hairy ass men. If that ain't no psychologically disturbing sight to behold, what is? If that ain't traumatizing, what is? If that ain't going to confuse that child for life, what will? But they want to put this out on our community. Jace, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says Shalom Breed. Just started following you and found your channel through the collab you did with Mark the Messenger. Keep preaching the truth, my brother. Absolutely. Thank you, brother. All praises to the Most High. Shout out to Mark the Messenger. Shout out to Leon the Servant. Shout out to Black Mill TV Advice. Yeah. Yeah, look, you see, you got a grown woman in here say, I don't want to see no two men. So imagine a young child seeing that. Somebody said the slang term Zaza is a noun which is used for rap music culture to reference really good weed. Wow. Okay. Somebody said, love to see the immense growth, new breed. Been listening since I was a teen. Godspeed. Absolutely. All praises to the Most High. Yeah, that's gross. Everybody thumb the video up. Everybody thumb the video up. Somebody said, remember when 50 Cent coming up. I was confused. My mama kissing a girl, confused and coming up in the cold war. Exactly. Exactly. And he admit he grew up confused. So better believe he more than likely went through one of them doorways. More than likely 50 Cent. You know, they used his confusion against him because he was in the industry at a very young age. And all this is alleged. But I'm going to tell you this right now. A lot of these people, they get buck broken. A lot of these industry people, they are broken people. A lot of them have been on casting couches. A lot of them were forced to go to the eyes wide shut Hollywood parties and do God knows what. Swap all kind of bodily fluids. Create all kind of soul ties. I seen an interview of Mike Epps on the Breakfast Club. And he was talking about how he wanted the role for Richard Pryor. How he wanted that role for Richard Pryor. And how he had to sit down with Lee Daniels. And y'all know how Lee Daniels get down. Come on, man. Nowadays, these people got to perform certain things to even audition for roles. And I'm not saying that's what Mike Epps had to do. No disrespect to Mike Epps, but hey, I don't put nothing past no Lee Daniels. I don't put nothing past any of them Hollywood people. I don't trust any of them. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. We see these gatekeepers. We see the Diddies. I don't trust them. I don't want nothing to do with Diddy. I don't want nothing to do with any of them circles, honestly. None of them. When we gonna party together, Fab? Yeah, we seen Diddy. We seen Diddy on Drink Champs when the Jamaican came in there, and Diddy wanted to lift the Jamaican guy's shirt up and look at his private parts. I mean, it was right there on camera. We seen him on a Breakfast Club. When Charlamagne asked him about it, he looking all dumbfounded. I already remember that. I was drinking. I don't remember half the things I do. I played a pause game. Y'all remember Diddy? I played a pause game. We seen all them damn photos when they get lit off that Ciroc and they start hugging and squeezing each other. We see them arms wrapped around French Montana. I don't trust I don't trust them. Sorry. Yeah. Very demonic. That Hollywood industry is very demonic. There's a lot of that flamboyant, flagrant behavior going on in there. A lot of them are hop, skipping, and jumping around them Hollywood hills like Tevin Campbell. It is what it is. I keep my services right here on YouTube. Real talk. Somebody said I'm homeless in a police station downtown Cleveland, killing homeless men and women, using guys that got things to send them to jail for life. Absolutely. And I believe you. We're going to say allegedly, but I believe you. I believe that a lot of these so-called soup kitchens, which we don't see too many of those anymore, these food pantries, they luring the homeless in. They putting them down through inoculations. They're doing experiments on the homeless. Yes, it's crazy how when a celebrity say it triggers something, because somehow, some way, we all pay attention to them. It's like they have a psychological lock on us where no matter what, you're going to pay attention to what they do. You're going to watch what the celebrities do. You're going to pay attention to it. No matter what, you're going to watch us. That's how they are. But what I do, it's a method to what I do over here. When they say something, it's something I already done brung to the public. But what I'm doing is I'm using it as support to say, hey, no, what that person said was real. I don't care if he was high or any of that. These people really do experiment on the homeless. They really do kidnap the homeless. They snatch them off the streets all the time. They do a lot of things to these people. They practice MK Ultra on them. How else do you think they learn a lot of the technologies if they will work or not on people? Nobody's volunteering. Nobody's volunteering to get nanotechnology in them. Nobody is volunteering for neural links. Nobody's volunteering. When you see those people on technology.com and all these technological channels and stuff, listen, they're not testing something new. It's something that's already been tested on those that nobody seemed to care about. It's already been tested on the less fortunate. Somebody said the movie Venom showed you. Facts. Yeah, somebody saying it's interesting how there are more and more homeless people each year. Yeah, they need that. They need to destabilize the economy so there will be more homeless people. They need to have things destabilized so they're able to push their agendas forward. There is no conspiracy to this. Their cannibalism goes on. They literally hunt the poor, like the movie Purge. Just like on the movie Purge, the first Purge that came out, they get a cathartic release off the bloodletting. Adrenochrome is very real. The fear that comes out of these people while they're being killed, they feed off of that. Yeah, likewise, the movie Get Out, same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah. We talking about they got real live vampires. On top of that, let me tell you something. I don't want to go over y'all head. But aliens are real. They're dealing with grays, and they feed these aliens. They feed them human flesh. I don't even think, look at Jada Pinkett. She don't even look like, she look like a gray. Jada Pinkett look like a gray, one of them gray aliens. She don't look the same no more. She look body snatched to me. But anyway, they got places where they feed the beast. It's the real deal. They feed the beast. Somebody said NYC is full of homeless people now, right? Oh, the mass gathering is coming. Yeah. Somebody said, not at all off topic. Have you heard Demanji Vegito? No, I haven't. Yeah, y'all see what's going on with Johnny Depp right now? Yeah, it's the Adrenochrome from the children. But everybody who is dying release Adrenochrome. But the Adrenochrome from the children, that's more potent. They believe that's it's an anti-aging serum. Yep, Gary Busey. Somebody said Tesla is the beast. He had the knowledge of the power of the air. Well, Tesla was into a lot of demonic practices. That's how Tesla has certain technologies. These people deal with fallen angels and spirits. They deal with deities and spirit guides that show them certain things. They're really not that smart. Somebody said aliens don't exist. Yeah, okay. You think the movie Men in Black is fake? See, I know that my mind, the way I'm wired, I just have certain intuition on things. You think Men in Black is fake. You really don't think there's people who hide what's going on. All the anomalies that we see on a daily basis, you think aliens are fake. Okay. I'm going to do a video on aliens. Elijah Middleton, thank you for the $20 contribution. Says, stay blessed, Bree. Absolutely, will do. Yeah, aliens are demons. That's exactly what they are. They come in different forms. Aliens are very real. Yeah, it's movies and documentaries out, but, you know, there's a silver lining when you're talking about aliens. Yeah, Men in Black is very deep. Better believe there's people who go around in silence. And, you know, that technology, when they can make a person forget, that's real. That's real. That's real technology. But man, y'all gonna be like, yeah, this man is crazy. Real talk, though. Yeah, Area 51. Somebody said off topic, but do you know why there are purple street lights are being put up in cities? I was told it's to see who has taken the you know what. Hey, that sounds real accurate right there. Because if you put these magnetic people under a certain lighting, you can kind of see what's going through their veins, what's flowing through their bloodstream. Oh yeah, they're gonna be able to do that soon. That's deep. They're gonna be able to have certain lights where you can see who got the you know what, who got the mark of the beast, so they can know who not to target and who to target. Real talk. Those times are coming, man. Man, all praises to the Most High, man. Everybody thumb the video up if y'all want me to go live later on tonight. If we get 1,000 likes in the building within the next few minutes, I'll go live later on. Because it's a lot going on in the world. We got to get it in the next few minutes, though. Somebody said graphene oxide is the hardest substance in the world, harder than diamonds. I found that out for about months ago. 7 days ago, I found out the hardest substance called graphene. True that. Somebody said, I always feel like when people are doing insane things that they are never done, that they're being activated remotely. Real talk. A lot of your Hollywood stars, they already got the mark of the beast, and they being operated remotely. A lot of them are. A lot of them are already Manchurian candidates. Satan is using them to do his bidding. A lot of them. There's people that some of y'all spend your time with. Yeah, they doing the same thing. Somebody said, what about hearing voices? Yeah, that's called voice-to-skull technology. That's real. This is why we got to stay in our word. Yeah, a lot of them been microchipped. Yeah, what's going on with A$AP Rocky? I heard something about him. I heard about him, something happened with him. Somebody said voices or thoughts. They can actually be voices or thoughts, the way voice-to-skull technology works. Oh man, that movie was fire. The movie Knight's Kingsman, yeah, that definitely exposed remote control operation. And you know, we use movies, and let me put this out here. Some people believe because I use movies as a reference that I'm somehow like telling you something that's fictional. But what you don't realize is the elite, the so-called powers that be, they have to use movies, because if they don't use predictive programming, they're not following the rules and regulations of the karmatic solution. They're not following karma. They have to follow karma. They have to tell you something, or they believe that they're going to be held accountable for it. They have to tell you something is going to happen, or tell you something that's happening, and then they're doing it, so they can't say they didn't warn you. This is how they literally believe this. That's how the new age believe. They have to operate sleight of the hand. They have to show you. Now, how we got 999 likes? Boom, there we go. So I guess I'm going live later. We got our 1,000 likes. I guess I'm going live later. I'm gonna come back later and tap in with y'all. Yeah, we in here, man. All praises to the Most High. This is what we doing over here on a Friday afternoon. I'm gonna see y'all tonight. We're gonna do a Friday night live stream. We're gonna go into the scriptures. We're gonna have an excellent broadcast. Everybody share the video, share everywhere. Let's let these people know that there's gonna be certain people that speak up against the grooming of our children. And we're gonna protect those who are homeless. Listen, if you got friends and family out there who out in them streets down bad, listen, don't just ignore them. If you got any love for them, don't ignore them, yo. Take the precautions needed. Make sure that they got next to kin information. I would recommend that all you people who homeless, if you got a cell phone, make you a social media account. Make you a social media account of some sort, because it's real out here, especially during the summertime. During the summertime, a lot of homeless people end up missing, yo. This is when these people are out here really hunting, offering you meals, offering you money, offering all kind of things to snatch them off the streets. We can't forget about those who done fell on bad times. That could be any one of us. So look, be aware out here. Mike Tyson put some real information out there. And listen, also don't fall for being gaslighted. He got gaslighted on that airplane. And he took physical matters into his own hands. You're not Mike Tyson, ladies and gentlemen. You ain't gonna be able to get away with it. You ain't got the lawyer to pay off to get away with it. So when you gaslight it, when you feel like you being gang stalked and gaslighted and things of that nature, listen, walk away. Get the authorities. It's okay to get the authorities. It's better that you handle that situation like that with levity and clarity than put yourself behind bars, because it's dangerous there too. But anyway, I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. With that being said, shalom and peace.